Hey guys, I'm Dantera90. Welcome to Things I Wish I Knew When I Started Streaming. Hopefully you find this helpful. Hopefully it will help you grow. Hopefully it will help you avoid some of the things that I found when I started streaming. As a small streamer, just coming up from absolutely zero with no idea on what I was doing. I feel like some of these tricks and tips will help you guys grow a lot. It will help you get your mind in the right direction and started on really what you need to achieve, right? Your first major goal, whether it's hitting affiliate, whether it's having your first 10 followers, whether it's having, 5 viewers at once, whatever we're going to do. But these are 5 tips that I wish I knew. If you find it helpful, make sure to follow the channel for more things in the future. Drop a like, drop some comments. I'd like some feedback. Let me know what you think. So when I started streaming, I had no idea what I was doing. I started streaming on console. That's the first thing we're going to get into. If you are not streaming on console, if you're streaming straight from your PC or whatever, or actually either way, this could be beneficial to you. So the biggest thing is I started streaming on PlayStation 4, which the biggest thing there is viewing chat, right? You can have the absolutely obnoxious, like, fifth of the screen bar there that shows your comments. You can have your messages read out loud. Neither of those do I recommend. Also, I do not recommend going to the menu to view your chat messages to respond. To be like, hey, what's up, 420 Smoke'em? How are you doing today? Like, because that's going to take away from your gameplay. You're going to lose momentum on what you're doing. It is what it is. But there's an easy fix for that. Luckily, it happens to be 2021. Everybody has cell phones. Everybody has cell phones. If you don't have a cell phone, you have a tablet, anything like that, a laptop computer. You could pull up, let's say you're streaming on Twitch. Pull up Twitch, pull up your page there. You could watch chat through there. There's a stream manager through there on both phone, tablet, as well as PCs or laptop is a little bit more to it. You do things like cut clips, etc. From that. But if you only have a cell phone, that's better than switching between screens or having something that takes up half the screen, right? So talking about console in general, really the big thing is it's going to be your quality, right? So you're limited on quality depending on what you're streaming from. You might have to stream from 720, which is fine. It's not really a big deal. If people like your content, they're going to come through, they're going to check out, everything you make. So it's not a super big deal. I don't think it's a big deal personally. But the bigger thing is when they come in your stream, you have the gameplay up and the gameplay only. You're a new streamer, you're already shy, you're like, hey, welcome, thank you for coming. In your headset, your whatever headset you have, hopefully a decent headset, but you got to work with what you got, right? But having a cheap camera can be very beneficial. I know if you're using PC or a laptop, you can kind of sync in your phone camera to that, which if we're using that for chat, that's not necessarily an option. But what I will say is make sure your audio at the very least is set. You have an okay microphone to start. If you don't have your camera, it's going to be harder to appeal. Most people are going to just randomly click on it if they can't see your camera because they're going to think, okay, this is low budget, whatever, but not necessarily 100% necessary. Like I said before, you can get away without it. It's not a major deal, but it does help. So the next thing we're going to get into is social media and networking, right? Everyone says network, in every video that you watch, but you don't know what that means. It's just like, okay, so I need to make a Twitter, an Instagram, a TikTok, a Facebook, a YouTube, a fucking MySpace, whatever you want to make for it. Okay, yeah, you were 100%. Every platform you have gives you more chances to reach out and meet different people, right? Which is what you want to do. Is that's what's important in networking. But what does that mean? Does that mean let me post a tweet every time I'm going live? And yeah, it could be that. But if you're using Twitter, for example, nobody's gonna follow you if you're just saying I'm live, and they go click on your profile, and that's literally every tweet you've ever had, right? So you really want to engage with people in all your social medias, whether it be Instagram. If somebody says you post a video there, some of your gameplay, somebody says, hey, good job, blah blah blah, engage with them. You want to be able to not only engage during your stream but also on your social media, right? That's how we network. That's how we get people to make that connection with us. That's how we get people to try and come into the stream. And that should be really, think about it, is building friends, right? How do you build friendships, right? You could easily say, start with something like, hey, you pop into somebody else's stream and you say, hey, I like your stream, I like this and that, a few compliments, etc. Or you go into their stream, you hang out, you end up spending an hour in their stream and being like, this guy's pretty cool, or girl, either or. And it comes down to, hey, this guy was just in my stream for an hour, he said he streams too, let me go check out his page, right? So now you go back and forth. He goes to your page, she goes to your page, enjoys the content, and you kind of go back and forth, right? Supporting each other, and that's gonna be huge, because not only are they gonna be like, hey, this person's an awesome streamer, go check out their stream, to their chat, and you kind of start intertwining a community. You can do this with as many people as you could support, right? But that doesn't mean go into their stream and say, hey, I'm live. Don't do that. Do not do that. Nobody is gonna, I promise you, no one's gonna be like, oh, okay, and go check. No, do not do that. Wait for the streamer to ask, are you a streamer too, blah blah blah, and generally a lot of people, especially smaller streamers, are cool with helping you grow. Like, they want you to grow. So, and if it comes up like something like where you can casually drop it in there, like, you ask, what days do you stream? And they say, oh, I stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Also, a really good way to network, and I think this is probably the thing that helped me the most, is joining Discords. Meet people that are also streaming, also small streamers, whether they're on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. If they say, hey, check out my content, you go check out their content. It's like, hey, blah, blah, blah. You throw a comment on their YouTube video, right? And they come back and they throw a comment on your YouTube video, right? Now you guys are helping each other out there, but you're also building that connection, So at the end of the day, really the best thing you can do is go in and connect with other streamers. Jump in their streams. Support other streamers. I did not do this at first. I streamed myself. I did not go in anyone else's stream. I was just like, hey, I'm going to stream. I'm going to make it big, blah, blah, blah. No, that's not how it works by any means. By any means, that is not how it works. You have to network. You have to make connections. You have to go find a reason for people to come into your stream. So that goes into reason number 3. No one's just going to watch you, right? Absolutely no one is just going to see somebody sitting at zero viewers and be like, I wonder if this is going to be my next favorite streamer. I wonder what this guy's going to do. You have to give them a reason to watch you. Okay? Now, with that said, you might get the random people that do just click on your profile because, hey, let's see what this is, blah blah blah. You have to still give them a reason to stay. No one's just gonna watch you for no reason, right? If you don't have anything that gets them in there and says, hey, welcome to the stream, I'm playing blah blah blah, ask them questions, engage with them. Have you ever played this before? Oh, it's Warzone. Everyone's played Warzone. get into that one later. You want to engage with them, you want to connect, you want to give them a reason to talk, a reason to feel comfortable, and a reason to come back. If you're playing Warzone or, Animal Crossing or League of Legends, it doesn't matter what you're playing. People are there for the connection, unless you're like absolutely one of the top players at the game. No one's going to come just for the gameplay. I promise you that. It's for what's going on during the gameplay. Like, if you're absolutely terrible at the game, but you have like good commentary and you can engage with people and laugh, and really that's going to go into one of our later steps, right? But that's what's important, is really kind of embracing what your stream is about, right? If you title your stream, LOL, I'm a terrible Warzone player, come check it out. Probably not going to get that many views right off the bat. Maybe a couple. And if they come into the stream still and they say, hey, this guy is a terrible Warzone player, you're funny, you're making good commentary, you're saying, oh man, blah blah blah, I'm so bad at this game, but look at this funny thing, I got my first kill of the day, let me run up and teabag him in victory, and as mid teabag you just get sniped and you're done, and you have like a priceless reaction. People might stay, people might stick around, people might get a good laugh. If you get somebody to laugh, they're more likely to stick around than if you're just going full sweat playing the game, and you do this where you're so focused on playing the game, whether you're on controller, you're on mouse and key, you're jumping around. If you look at them, even if you look at your chat and go, hey, what's going on, instead of just, oh, there's 1v56, I have to win this, and just not acknowledging the chat the entire time, or adding commentary the whole time, nobody wants to watch that. And that just goes back to, streaming is not easy. It is not just playing video games. And sure, you can do that if you want, just, hey, I'm gonna play video games and stream while I do it. And you can. I mean, you absolutely can, but that's back to, no one's going to watch you, right? You have to find a reason. You have to get people interested. And when you start making some connections, I'm not saying find one streamer and spend 5 hours in a stream every week. I'm saying network, get out there. Go pop in. Sometimes even if you pop into a stream and say, hey, how's everything going? How's the stream going? I'm really busy, or I'm about to go to sleep, just want to pop in and say hi. That's better than nothing. And it gives that streamer something to go off of, hey bro, how are you doing? Welcome back to the stream. That's really all people need. Of course, it's going to be nice if you stick around for 20, 30 minutes or so, or even 10. That's what matters. That's what really is important, is engaging and connecting with people, right? So you could spend thousands of dollars, literally thousands of dollars, on your stream setup. You can get the most OP computer. You can get, a PlayStation 5 with a capture card, a stream deck, all sorts of special aesthetic lighting. And that's going to help. That's going to look good. You could spend, a fortune on graphics, all that. You'd have the nicest looking stream ever, right? But at the end of the day, you still have to give people a reason to come into the stream and watch you. You have to give them a reason to stay, is more important, right? Because if you have top tier everything at that point and you're not growing, the only thing lacking is you. Seriously. That you have to take a look at yourself and say, what am I doing now? I have everything I need. What am I doing wrong? And it's simple. Most of the time, you're probably not networking. You're probably not engaging. You're not giving people a reason to stay. Another thing that I'm actually currently going through with is do not be afraid to switch platforms, right? So I have been on Twitch almost the entire time I've been streaming. I decided to recently test the waters and jump over to Facebook, right? And it's one of those things where I had anywhere from 5 to 20 viewers on Twitch at any given time. Okay, that's okay. I was starting to grow. I was steadily growing. I was feeling like it was the same people. I wasn't, no matter how much networking I did, how much time I spent in other people's streams, I wasn't growing. I wasn't getting anything out of it, and I wasn't meeting any new people, which to me that's why I stream. That's what I enjoy about streaming is meeting new people and connecting with them. That's to me that's huge, right? That's one of the reasons why I stream. So don't be afraid to switch it up and say, "Hey, I'm going to try Facebook for a month. I'm going to try YouTube for a month. I'm going to start streaming. I'm going to stick on Twitch, but stream on Facebook on one of my off days and YouTube on one of my off days." Do not be afraid to test the waters. Find the platform that's going to be best for you. And so far, I've really been impressed with Facebook as far as discoverability and random people coming into my streams. Just saying. So this is going to be going into trying different games. Don't just play Warzone. Don't just play Apex. Don't just play one type of game. Mix it up. Find something that you really enjoy and you can connect with. Right now, I'm playing Genshin Impact, and I'm having probably the most fun I have in a while streaming a game. Not only does it give me plenty of opportunity to connect with chat and really, I have people in chat saying, "Hey, try this," or "This is good, this is bad," and I don't really know. So it's really helpful. It's a good opportunity to engage, and there's a lot of different people in that, right? And that's not one of the top games on the streaming platforms, right? So it's easier for me to just come up as recommended. If people are searching Genshin Impact, they're more likely to find me. So that's something I've been doing, and I've been having my views are up, my comments are up, my reactions are up, my new followers are up by a long shot. Try different things. Don't be afraid. Do a cooking stream. You don't have to just do gaming. You can do cooking. You can do cleaning. You can do, hey, I'm working on a car. Whatever you want to do. You don't Streaming is not just for gaming. It's for anything, and really anything that you enjoy that you can connect with your audience. That's important. I don't like cooking myself, but I have one of my friends that does a cooking stream. And it's a good time. It's literally him cooking dinner, drinking beer, and just having fun. And he's chatty, and there's plenty of time to engage with that because, hey, let me cut up this onion. So he's dicing up the onions, and all of a sudden, he's like wiping tears out of his eyes, like, "Oh, I'm not crying. I'm not crying, bro. I'm not crying. I'm good. I'm good." No, it's hilarious. Another thing you can do that will be really helpful is doing collab streams or streaming with friends, right? Because this is really how I started to grow. Is I was playing a lot of Warzone at the time, but I was playing with some of my real life friends. So we were going back and forth. We were having conversation, and that kept chat going. They were laughing. They were like, "Oh, blah blah blah," and it was goofy. It was funny. We had a lot of fun. I was enjoying myself a lot. Limit distractions. This is something that's been absolutely hard for me. I have 3 dogs. I have a daughter. I have a wife. And it's gonna happen. Don't be afraid to. People understand. People know you have a life outside of streaming, but don't be afraid to step away to help with something for a few minutes if absolutely need be, right? If it's something that needs to be done, but pre-planned for this. Make sure everything's taken care of. Make sure everything's a-okay, and talk with your significant other. Say, "Hey, is it okay if I stream right now?" Or if you have a set schedule, which also a good idea to have. Say, "Hey, I'll be streaming between this time and this time. Like, can you take care of this or this? Or, can you watch the children?" Make sure that they're okay with it and they support you and they will help out, okay? That's important to do. Also, with the dogs, that can be kind of tricky, right? Just make sure that they're fed, they've gone outside, all that, prior to starting up. So hopefully, ideally, they won't be bothering you while you're streaming. And last but not least, have fun. Streaming is not easy. It's not something that you're going to do where you're going to hit partner overnight. You're not going to pick up 100 followers overnight starting out. It's something that takes time. It's something that takes dedication. It's something that can be absolutely frustrating at times, but just try and really focus on having fun. This is going to help people come into your stream and enjoying it. If you're burnt out and they can tell you're miserable, no one's going to want to watch your stream. Have fun. That's what's important. All right, guys, until next time, I hope you had a lot of fun. I hope you learned something. I hope this was helpful to you. And if it wasn't, I'm sorry. I apologize. If it was, drop a follow, drop a like, drop a comments. I want to know what you liked, what you didn't like, what I can improve on, anything that you suggest down in the comments.